On voit, et comme je viens de mentionner, on vient de voir récemment que RT est en train de financer des blogueurs et personnalités YouTube de droite en Amérique du Nord, y compris avec des noms très, très connus comme Jordan Peterson ou Tucker Carlson, pour amplifier des messages qui déstabilisent les démocraties.
Trudeau talks about foreign interference and he talks about misinformation and disinformation. I think that sometimes you see little flashes of his own little world he's created so he can make sense of things based on disinformation. I mean, I don't know if you remember that clip from that CBC TV anchor who once said that the Russians were behind the trucker convoy. Here's a reminder of that. Take a look.
I do ask that because, given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
Well, again, I'm going to defer to our partners in the public safety, the trained officials and experts in that area.
Now, that was just a TV anchor, not a wise person, not anyone entrusted with anything. I suppose their job is to tell the truth, but they're a government journalist. What are you going to do? But today, Trudeau blamed Russia and attacked Russia for the trucker convoy, for vaccine skepticism. And astoundingly, he even claimed, tell me if you hear it differently, I think he's claiming that Jordan Peterson, the guy whose book says to young men, clean up your room, fix yourself before you fix the world, Canada's leading public intellectual, is a Russian agent. So he won't deal with the real crises, but he'll call everyone else a Russian spy because it suits him. Here, take a look at this. Now, this is in French, so you'll hear the translators. I think this is fascinating because he's insulting his enemies and accusing them of being on the Russian payroll. But he's so obviously rehashing disinformation himself. Take a listen.
Based on these findings, it is reasonable to infer that there was Russian involvement in the 2022 truck convoy, though the scope and impact remains to be determined. Est-ce que vous croyez que la Russie a amplifié le convoi de la liberté en février 2022 pour distraire le monde ou le Canada de son invasion en Ukraine?
Je suis certainement d'accord que la Russie a amplifié le chaos et les désaccords et différends au Canada autour du convoi. Ils sont très opportunistes à ce niveau-là, qui vont amplifier tout désaccord ou différent, surtout dans notre démocratie, dans nos processus démocratiques. Mais ayant vu ces activités de RT, y compris dans les informations les plus récentes qu'on a eues sur le groupe Tenet, je dirais que ce serait difficile de tirer des conclusions directes sur l'invasion russe et les activités au Canada, de l'Ukraine et les activités au Canada, parce que ces activités russes de propagande, de désinformation, de mésinformation sont assez constantes dans nos médias sociaux, dans notre démocratie canadienne par la Russie. Donc, de dire que l'un est directement lié à l'autre, je serais pas à l'aise sans beaucoup plus de preuves concrètes de faire ce lien-là.
Aucun problème. Non, je vous demande pas de faire le lien nécessairement, mais j'apprécie votre réponse. On peut aller voir juste les messages qui étaient transmis ou amplifiés dans ce contexte-là. C'est à partir de la page 7. Il y a quelques captures d'écran là, qui ont été reproduites par la chercheuse. On peut descendre un peu, s'il vous plaît. Et zoomer un peu aussi, agrandir l'image pour qu'on puisse mieux voir les titres. Là, je sais qu'il y en a plusieurs qui s'associent, mais je vais vous en lire quelques-uns. Donc, à peu près au milieu, on voit Canada's convoy has perfectly exposed legacy media's conceited bias. Ou encore, half of Canadians say Trudeau is not up to the job, or MEP accuses Canada of human rights violation. Donc, le convoi de la liberté est terminé depuis longtemps, mais ces messages sont toujours véhiculés aujourd'hui. Les messages semblants sont toujours véhiculés aujourd'hui, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, on a vu que des messages de anti-vax pendant le convoi et pendant la pandémie qui ont été amplifiés par la propagande russe, particulièrement dans les médias de droite, a continué par des messages dans les mêmes sous les mêmes gens qui partageaient des messages anti-vax, maintenant pas pour dire qu'il n'y avait pas des gens légitimement et authentiquement anti-vax au Canada, mais ça a été amplifié énormément par la propagande russe. Et une fois que l'Ukraine a été envahie, on a vu beaucoup de ces canaux se transformer en propagande pro-Poutine. On voit, et comme je viens de mentionner, on vient de voir récemment que RT est en train de financer des blogueurs et personnalités YouTube de droite en Amérique du Nord, y compris avec des noms très, très connus comme Jordan Peterson ou Tucker Carlson, pour amplifier des messages qui déstabilisent les démocraties.
Astonishing. He won't tell us what China is actually doing. According to CSIS, according to the RCMP, he'll give that vague fog machine answer. But he'll make up out of whole cloth that Jordan Peterson is a Russian asset. His comments about the trucker convoy being a distraction for the war. The Emergencies Act was invoked on February 14th, weeks before there was a war in Ukraine. Like it just, even his timelines don't add up. He'll smear anyone he doesn't like as a Russian agent, McCarthyist style. He'll make up things like Russia Today flooded the zone with no one in Canada watches Russia Today. I don't even think you can get it. I suppose you can go online. He is living in his own conspiracy theory world. The guy who accuses everyone else of being a conspiracy theorist and a disinformationist, he's living in a bizarre alternative universe where Jordan Peterson is a Russian spy. He's crazy. Crazy is the wrong word. He's a sociopathic liar who alters reality so he can keep his worldview rather than adjusting to the world around him. What do you think?
I think that answer didn't go very well for him. I mean, it started out quite reasonably, saying, yes, Russian propagandists do try to amplify dissent in Western societies, and they do. That's the old Soviet phrase about muddying the waters so that you can fish in them. But then he did drift into that sneering thing that he mostly avoided. And by the time he was after Jordan Petrovich, I mean, come off it. Let's get serious here. Jordan Peterson is many things, but I don't think he's a Russian spy. But more to the point, I mean, if you want to say, okay, who exacerbated divisions over the truckers' convoy and over vaccines in this country? Who refused to concede that there might be any moral or mental decency on the side of people who disagreed with him? Well, how about J. Trudeau?
Oh, hi, it's Ezra Levant here in Toronto with an important message because we need your help. Independent journalism in Canada is under attack. Government censors, big tech deplatformers, and the dying legacy media are all working together to maintain exclusive control on the information you receive. They don't want you to hear other voices like ours, and they really don't want you to be informed and to think for yourself. That's why the work we do here at Rebel News is so important. Our on-the-ground reporting, independent news shows, and special content you won't find anywhere else. It's all designed to give you trustworthy information and alternative viewpoints so you can decide for yourself. We don't get government money, and we are not owned by some big global conglomerate. We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com. Members get instant access to all of our shows, invitations to exclusive events, and access to our premium content like live event footage and documentaries you won't see anywhere else. Only Rebel News Plus members can join the conversation by participating in the comments section of our new website. That way you can have your say too. More than anything, though, you'll be able to take pride in supporting real, honest journalism, and you'll help our talented team continue to do the work to push back on the establishment. We really can use your help. We need it, in fact. So thank you, and enjoy Rebel News Plus.